And then I opened my eyes. I looked at the environment, and the doctors were surprised. They wanted to make sure I was okay. So they took me out, put me on a chair. I forgot something. So when that happened, the next day, they disconnected the life support. They said I didn't need it anymore. Hallelujah. Because I now had the divine life, not the scientific life. Hallelujah. So they wanted to test my consciousness. They put me in a chair. They asked me of my name. I mentioned my name. My date of birth, I did. Then the man looked at me and said, "You are a miracle." He said, "Do you know that you died twice? And we're just monitoring you. We didn't know you would come back." Hallelujah. And he said, in his own words, "That man upstairs must have been taking good care of you." Glory! And that word in Romans 11, it came to life. It says, if the spirit of him that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you, hallelujah, that same spirit, will what? Invigorate you, give you life. And that was what I received. Jesus gave me back my life. Glory. And I knew from then that was the beginning of my healing. The next day, I was transferred to the ward. And that was the very first day of the healing streams in 2023, October 2023. So I couldn't move much, but I lifted my fingers when they were worshiping. They said, "Lift up your hands." And I lifted my finger this way. I said, "Lord, you see my finger." Hallelujah. I connected my faith, the worship, the praise, whatever they did, I did. Was in the hospital, the third day in the hospital, that was the fourth day. Now I could do therapy. They could come to me and move me around. But whilst we were worshiping, I couldn't talk. I couldn't make sounds because I had a lot of fluid in my lungs. So when Pastor started praying for the audience, I opened my mouth and I noticed I was speaking in tongues.
Wow.
Hallelujah. These tongues were bubbling in my spirit, but they couldn't come out. It's like my spirit was trapped within me. I said, I'll open my mouth. I tried before I realized I was speaking in tongues.